Good morning, hi. Shoot, this is going to be a problem today. My tripod broke in the car this morning. Hopefully the wind doesn't do that again. But good morning, hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. This is episode 92. We're here in Southwest Florida. This is the Gulf of Mexico behind me, and we have a dolphin just about to swim by. He's over there, but I can't move the tripod today because it's barely balancing on a, can't move the phone. It's barely balancing on a broken tripod. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me. There is a dolphin. Let's see. He's probably coming into the camera now. When I walked down to the beach, which I walk about a quarter mile from the boardwalk to set up here, and I saw him all the way down. Let's see, is he coming in? He's right here. I can see the water churning where he is. So we're gonna see him surface in a minute. In a second, whatever. There he is. Did you see him? Jenny saw it. Okay, good, good. I'll move over here because he's going to be on this side now. Just in case he's there. I think it'd be more fun to see him for a minute than it would. There he is. Yay! We got to see a dolphin this morning. So thank you all for joining me. I'm sorry I didn't say hi to anybody yet or say hey hi to anybody individually by name, but I wanted you to see the dolphin. I thought that was an exciting surprise this morning. I saw him as I was approaching our spot and knew that if I hustled to set up quickly that I could probably get him on camera. By the time I got here, I realized my tripod is broken this morning, or the mount for my phone. I'll tell you, they are not easy to, they're not easy to take care of in the car setting up at the beach every day. I have not figured out a good way to protect it in the car. This is probably my fourth one now that I've broken, so it's a total bummer. I'd like to think that I'm careful with my stuff, and apparently I'm not careful with iPhone mounts for tripods when I store it in the car with my camera equipment, my yarn equipment, my Dolly the Wonder Wagon, and Marlon's tennis equipment. So need to still work on the right solution for that. But thank you all for joining me this morning. So excited we got to see a dolphin. For those of you who are wondering, yes, I finished my shrug. The pattern is written, I just don't have the photos done yet. And it is super cute. I love the way it turned out. Love the way it hides my arms with a sleeveless top or dress. And I think it's going to look adorable over a dress. I could wear, I have a wedding to go to next month. This would be beautiful to wear at the wedding. It's got that slight shimmer of the pure silver thread that's plied into the yarn. Has the beautiful colors of our sunrise, like the colors right behind me. When the sun comes up, maybe you'll see the shimmer a little bit too. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Let me show you the top. Look at this. It's got little cutouts at the shoulder. Isn't that super cute? I buy all my clothes, most of my clothes. I make my clothes or I buy my clothes used on eBay, and so it's always a nice surprise when I see the cute little details like that, because when you're buying used on eBay with people's unprofessional photos, you really don't know what you're going to get. But I save a lot of money that way and get to save that money to spend it on other things, so it's all fun. Leah, I am considering doing solid colors, including the pure white of this. I think that would be really pretty for some really special occasions. So in my next batch, I'm working on new colors. As I've said before, every time I do one of these colors, it'll be a limited edition. So Yarn on the Beach is now gone. That colorway, there's a few more balls left of Sporty. Be So Fine Yarn on the Beach has been sold out already. But I have new ideas for variegated colors, and I'm considering doing some solid colors, including white with the silver too, because I think it'd be gorgeous for special occasions. So definitely considering that still. Yes, for a wedding it would be amazing. Yes, Lee. I think I will keep some of it white just for that specific reason. Good morning from Texas. Good morning, everybody. Sorry I've missed a whole lot of names this morning, but thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Darlene. I love the subtle striping of it too. It's stockinette and reverse stockinette that makes a really subtle stripe. Yes, black would be beautiful too, Grace. Definitely. I've got lots of ideas brewing in my head, and we'll see what happens when the yarn arrives. All depends on what my mood is when it gets here. Yes, a wedding shawl would be spectacular. I totally agree. Yes, Terry, there was a dolphin. You'll have to go back and watch in the recorded later. Oh, which reminds me, right after the live stream is over, the recorded is not ready yet. Some people worry, like they try to watch right away. It takes a little while for YouTube to process the live stream into a recording. It can take up to an hour at times, give or take. So if you don't see it right away, don't worry, it will be there. It just takes a few minutes. Darlene's made a sweater with this stitch pattern. Yeah, it's subtle, it's sophisticated, it's beautiful, and it really shows off yarn. I like it too. Glad you have used it as well. And it's easy. It's something that makes a nice, easy, relaxing project. I was telling that to the ladies at Knitting and Crochet Club last night, that it's a great project to take with you when you're going to talk a lot and not concentrate on your yarn so much, because it's something that you can easily memorize the pattern as you're going. I'm drinking Japanese green matcha tea this morning. Ah, Sarah, I beat you to it, but barely. I think we thought of it at the same time. Yes, Grace, it is comfy. And what's really nice is that it's comfy because of the wide sleeves. And then I did a bunch of decreases in the cuff so that it's still slightly fitted in the cuff, so you won't get stuck on doorknobs and different things like that. I find that wide sleeves, especially if you're klutzy like me, wide sleeves means you get caught on things. So it's really nice to have the wide sleeve but still have a somewhat fitted cuff so that you're not tripping on things all the time. Helped a couple of ladies with their motif projects from Motif Magic last night. That was fun. Love seeing people get going on those. Oh, Sandra saw my alligator on Instagram. Yeah, Marlon and I were leaving the gas station the other day and we saw an alligator in the parking lot. So I told him to pull out his camera and videotape that, because that was wild. But I was going to say, one of the ladies from Knitting Club last night that's working on her first motif project and doing a really awesome job, she has started posting photos in our Create, Share, Inspire Facebook group. So if you want to see what she's done so far, it's there. And she's also substituting yarn. Instead of doing the Brooklyn shawl in Be So Sporty yarn, she's doing it in Be So Fine in the Yarn on the Beach bling colorway for the motifs and Ice Silver Fox for the sections. It's really beautiful. And that brings me to another thing I wanted to talk about. I don't have the Brooklyn shawl with me today to even show you which project I'm talking about. Oh, I could show it to you in the book though. And that's because my super awesome technical editor, Robin Chauchilla, some of you might know who Robin is. She's worked on TV. She's also an incredibly talented author of crochet books. She has been a friend of mine for many, many years, and I hired her to be the technical editor for Motif Magic. and she is going to be in Pittsburgh soon. Or she is in Pittsburgh, I'm sorry. She's going to be at the Pittsburgh Fiber Festival coming up. I believe it's this weekend. And she's going to have autographed copies of Motif Magic for sale. She's going to have a bunch of my yarns in her booth if you're in the Pittsburgh area and you want to stop by and see anything in person. And she also has a few sample garments with her. She has the Laguna shawl. She has this sample if you want to see that in person. She has the Brooklyn shawl in person. She has the sample for that one, and she has the sample for the Amara shawl, this one. She has all three of them, and she has yarn kits for all three of them in her booth, plus autographed copies of Motif Magic. So if you're going to be in Pittsburgh this weekend, please stop by and see Robin, and if you're interested, you can pet some of my yarns, check out my book, and buy anything you need from Robin's booth. Talked to Robin on the phone yesterday. We are discussing the timeline for her editing the next 2 books, and I also discussed my concept for the next book with the ladies from my knitting and crochet group last night. Not going to tell you what it is just yet, but was very happy to find out that they are excited about my concept and are open to the idea. So more on that coming soon. Hi from Singapore. Yes, there is a soft copy you can buy. This is a trade paperback, so it is soft copy. You can buy it at Amazon in every Amazon country throughout the world in paperback. You can also get a digital copy from Kindle, and you can also buy an autographed copy from my website. And those links are all in the video description below. You can find my Amazon shop, my yarn shop, all the links to my patterns, and all sorts of things in the video description below. If you have any questions on how to find the book or anything else, please always feel welcome to leave me a comment about that. The sun's right in my eyes, and I can't adjust the tripod because it's broken. Stockinette knit means you knit on the right side, purl on the wrong side, and reverse stockinette means the opposite. Yes, Mar, I start with a provisional cast on for the Shrug, and I have a video on that. When the pattern goes live, the first thing you'll see is the video on how to do the provisional cast on. So you'll need a piece of scrap yarn, contrast color preferably. Good morning from New Zealand. Sorry, I know it annoys people to see that shadow of the camera, but I'm not going to be able to adjust it this morning because I'm barely balancing my phone on the tripod. I'm going to need to replace it today. And until I do, we're just lucky that it's even sitting there. You know, I could probably try to work on this with some ponytail holders. If I can't get one today, I could probably make this one work with ponytail holders. I just don't have any on me. Nope, nothing on me. What else is I going to show you today? I could show you what I'm working on. I've got several projects in the works, including this shawl. Oh, I know what I was going to show you. So I'm working on 3 projects in a stitch pattern and doing the stitch pattern in different ways. Hi, fairy dust bunnies. And a couple days ago I showed you the raglan shaping version, which I left at home this morning. It's on a dress form. This is the top-down shawl version. Lily, the next project from the book is going to be the Marissa shawl, and I have not. Yes, I will definitely be doing a tutorial on the Brooklyn shawl, just haven't gotten to it yet. I've been working on a secret project for a collaboration, and that shawl pattern will be a set of videos first. Then next up is going to be the Marissa shawl, and then after that I think it might be the Brooklyn shawl. So this stitch pattern I've done in a variety of ways, and I'll show you where it started. I started by working on this cardigan in see, which way does the cardigan go? This is the front, so this is what will go over your shoulder, and this is the front, and this is a V. And so it's square motifs and triangular motifs. And so I took this pattern and did it on the diagonal to make this cardigan. It's going to be really, really cute when it's done. Can't wait to show you. And then I converted the triangle motif into this triangular shawl. And then I converted the square motif into raglan shaping for a sweater. And so all three of those will be different projects, but all using the same stitch pattern. So I think that's going to be really interesting. And as I've been moving along on this shawl, I really think that I want to do something different for an edge. So I think this is only going to be the first half of the shawl in this pattern. I want to somehow pick up from these columns and start an edge. I don't know, I'm still waiting for the yarn to speak to me, so I feel like I have to set this one down now. I got this far on it working in between helping students at the Knitting and Crochet Club last night. The cardi motif looks like sand dollars. Yes, kind of, you're right, it does. It does. Let me see if I can get it. Ah, it goes this way. So this is what these two motifs are starting to go over the shoulder. And then it's going to be V-neck, then this is straight here. And then I think it's, and then, yeah, it goes like this, and then it's going to come down like that. It's going to be a short sleeve. It's going to be a short sleeve, cardi kind of shrug size. I don't think it's going to be like the biggest cardigan you've ever seen. I want it to be kind of small. I'm thinking about wearing it over a dress. So I just want it to be kind of a topper. But it's going to be really, really pretty when it's done. Oh, Sandra, you wouldn't even believe how many different projects go on in my head. No wonder I sleep well at night. You know, everybody's mind's different. Mine just moves really quickly and on lots of different things all at the same time. And so I've got one sleeve done, and then I have to do the edging on all the way around it. But the pattern's written, so as soon as I can get the sample done and the photos done, the pattern will be live. Same with these. And then I brought a bunch of other stuff with me this morning that's just been sitting in my car. But I think it's all stuff you've seen before. Oh, I still need to get, these haven't been finished yet either. I've got those two skinny scarves that were also headbands, the one in Tunisian crochet and the one that's knit. This one, they just need to be blocked. You've already seen videos on these, you've already seen tutorials. They just need to be blocked and made into patterns. Each one is one ball of Be So Bold yarn. The reason they haven't been done is because they've been sitting in this bag in my car and I didn't even know they were here. And you know how I say I like to sit on things when I'm not sure what to do about it yet? Well, funny that I did that because I bought these bandanas for doing a crochet on fabric project, and by sitting on them for a little while, I've actually come up with 3 different projects to do with them now, which is great because I had to buy them in a pack of 6 and I only needed 2 for the first project that I had an idea for, and now I have more ideas for the rest of them. Hi everybody. Thanks for joining. I saw a few people saying they're just coming in now. Good morning, welcome. If you get a chance to go back and watch the recording of today's broadcast, in the first couple of minutes we watch a dolphin swim by the beach, so that might be a fun excuse for going back and watching later. Good thing we don't have any wind because the tripod would not have kept the phone up while it's broken like this. So fingers crossed that it stays up until we're ready to say goodbye. It already fell once in the first minute. Good morning, Elisa. Oh, Sherry has snow in Illinois. Yikes. Yeah, Elizabeth, yeah, especially if you're just joining now, you'd have no idea that you missed a dolphin. So please take a look. It'll be in the first couple of minutes. So once broadcast turns into a recording, which does take a few minutes. When we say goodbye in the live stream, it takes a few minutes for YouTube to process it into a recording, so sometimes it even takes up to an hour, so no worries if you don't see it right away. It is coming. YouTube has to process it, but see, what did we talk about? We saw a dolphin first thing. My camera dropped, so I apologize for that because my tripod's broken. But I also talked about this shrug, which is completely done now. The pattern's written. Just need to get some photos of it so I can post the video for you. I'm sorry, the pattern. And what else? I talked about Robin Chauchilla being at the Pittsburgh Yarn Festival this weekend, and that she's going to have signed copies of Motif Magic, plus some of the garments on display in her booth. And she's going to have yarn kits for some of them. She's going to have all of my new colors of Be So Bold yarn. She's going to have some Be So Sporty yarn, and she's going to have some Be So Tender yarn as well. So if you want to see any of those in person or buy any of my yarns or books while you're there, or say hi to Robin, she'll have a booth at the Pittsburgh Yarn Festival this weekend. I may have the name wrong and I apologize, but I know we can get you a link if you're interested, so if you can't find it, please let me know and I'll make sure you get to the right spot in Pittsburgh this weekend. She'll also be at Yarn Fest the following week, so anybody in Colorado that wants to see Robin can find her there as well. She'll be also teaching at both events. There's probably still time to sign up for her classes if you're interested. And if you need any help with any of that, I can definitely get you in touch with Robin. So, I'm a little worried about the tripod, so I think we're going to wrap it up here. So let's take a last minute to look out on this magnificent view. We saw a beautiful sunrise this morning. We got to see a dolphin today. If you missed it, please watch the recording later so you can see it. So let's soak in this beautiful view and the sound of the waves for one more minute and set our intentions for the day. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend some time with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise. Hope you enjoyed the sound of the waters, the projects that I shared, and talking with me and everybody else here in our community. Make sure that you click the like button, share this video, sign up for my channel for more videos. If you have any questions, by all means leave them for me in the comments. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.